Hello there guys, we're back. This is Itumeleng Football Channel. It's Kaizer Chiefs Football Channel. You know what it is. Let us subscribe, let us like, let us comment, let us turn on the notification button. Let us comment. Comments are very much important. They are motivating, they make you want to work harder, to have an interaction with people, but also they are very motivating. More special comments from people that I know, they are very motivating. So let us comment. Kaizer Chiefs played Maritzburg United. I'm happy. I'm very happy. In fact, I'm happy the fact that things happened the way I called them. I said we're going to win 2-1 and won 2-1 in the game. And I said Gavin Hunt is not a boy, and Gavin Hunt proved that he's not a boy. Not a boy. So I'm very happy. I'm very happy with it, with the results. Though I think there are things that we need to look at that are very concerning. There are things that we need to take as positives. There are things that we need to take as negatives. But now, this is what is going to happen. We're going to reflect on the game. This is how we're going to reflect on the game. We're going to look at the 3 negatives and the 3 positives. We're going to start with the negatives of the game. The first negative of the game is our defense. Our defense was very shaky. Our defense was very bad, not motivated, lack of communication. You know, even the confidence looked very low. And I think this is how I think. I think it is because it's still the first game of the season, the new coach, new instructions, new philosophy, and the fact that Mato was not there as well, and Rama was playing there for the first time. You know, I know that Rama played in the centre back, but was after a very long time. Played when he was in Sundowns. When he was in Sundowns, played in the centre back, but now was his first time after a very long time. So defense was very shaky, and we need to fix the defense, because if Mato is not around, because we're not always going to have this guy Mato, we're not always going to have Cardos. If Mato is not around, others must step up. And I said players must step up. It's time for players to step up. But one thing that we can learn from that is that Rama played centre back, and Rama is very comfortable on the ball. Rama is very comfortable. He's a captain material. He's been a captain before, been a captain in previous teams. He's a captain material. If the coach is willing or wishes to play Rama in the centre back, then it's a positive thing. I think it's a very positive thing. It's going to be a very positive thing for our centre backs as well. So that's the first negative. Very shaky defense. If you check also the wing backs, Sasman and Frosler, they were very isolated from the centre backs. Very isolated from centre backs. Time and again, Frosler goes forward and then is found wanting. Every time there's balls that are, you know, chipped behind the back, behind the defense. Every time when we need to defend facing our keeper, it's very bad. This is very bad. Sometimes we play a very high line. After that, we can't defend the high line, and that's very concerning with the defense. And it speaks to issues of confidence and issues of communication at the back. Because if you play a very high line, you must know that your team is good in handling the ball, good in managing the game, is good in knocking the ball and playing the ball. It's good on the ball. If you play high line, you look at Liverpool, you look at teams that press very high. They are good their players are very good in playing the ball. So it was very bad for us. This defense was bad. I was not happy with the defense. Khune saved us in several times. The second thing that is negative is Akumu. Akumu was very terrible. In the first half, I wrote and I complained, I think it was on Twitter and also was on WhatsApp when I had interactions also with my friends, that in the midfield Chiefs is lacking, and that's where Chiefs is losing. Chiefs was playing in the midfield against Buchanan, there's the other guys, Bongo, Mburu or something, and then there was Klassen as well against the players of Maritzburg. And each and every ball they played, they competed for, they were the first on the ball. The midfield was lacking, and it was because of Akumu. Because as a CDM, you are expected to give confidence to all players. First, confidence to the midfield, confidence to the defense, because you need to protect the defense and you need to control the game from defense. But also you are the link between defending and attacking. If you can't speak, you're not good on the ball, you're not confident, it's just a mess. If you're not leadership in the CDM position, it's just a mess. So Akumu was just a mess. And I said that Njabulo Blom must play. And I said that is because of the game, how Maritzburg plays. It doesn't need someone like Akumu. And it proved that I was correct. And I think and I hope the coach going forward will give the young players a chance. Because Anthony Akumu is from overseas and the way he performed, it's just not convincing. It's not convincing. And it's a negative. You look at the game, the yellow card that Paker got when his foot was high and all that. You look at, there was a yellow card that Rama also got. If you can trace all of them, you can find out the problems were in the midfield. We're very static, we're very bad in the midfield the first half. We didn't play anything, we didn't combine anything in the midfield. The only person who was trying was Nkosindiphile Ngcobo. Paker was also low, but main problem is the CDM. CDM was a problem. The third negative is we can speak. The third negative is that we need to sign players. Chiefs needs to sign players. If we are going to compete, Chiefs is going to have to sign players. We can't. I've seen, yes, we promoted players, Ngcobo and Blom, and then we still have the players that were good and all that. But it's not enough. We need to sign players in the CDM. We need to sign players to replace the gap that was left by Maluleke and others. We need to sign players. I think Chiefs need to sign players, and the fact that the FIFA ban is still hanging on us is a problem. So we need to sign players. That's another negative, but it's not a problem right now. I don't think it's much of an agent problem, and I don't think it's a problem that's related to the game per se, because we had chances to prepare for the game, like all other teams had chances to prepare for the game, and we were supposed to have performed well. We won, but I was not convinced. We go to the positives. The positives are, first positive is Nkosindiphile Ngcobo. Nkosindiphile Ngcobo, from first touch, taking the ball forward, his focus is the boy is very good. The boy is very good. What he does is that when he receives the ball, what he looks to do is to link up going forward. He never gives unnecessary back passes, unnecessary sideway passes. Every time he gets the ball, he wants to pass it forward. And he was our best player. In the first half, he was our best player. The boy was our best player in the first half. But also, if you check the game when we came back from the bubble, when we came back from lockdown, the first game we played, the coach played him and he did almost the same thing. Played almost the same game. He created a goal, in fact, in that game. I remember very well. Created a goal. He took a corner and it was a goal. Played very well. And in this game, he was the best player for us on the pitch. I still don't understand why Sasman became the man of the match. Maybe it's because of the goals, but he was our best player on the pitch. Nkosindiphile Ngcobo, linking up the play from the back going forward, was very good in handling the ball, good on the feet. He doesn't lose balls. He's very good. Was very good. Nkosindiphile Ngcobo is first positive. Second positive, the introduction of Blom. In my lineup in our video yesterday, my lineup was that Blom must start as our CDM. And the coach started Akumu, and then the first half, the coach immediately introduced Blom. Since the introduction of Blom, the whole game changed. It was on our side. The goals that we scored was because of pressure. People must not mistake it and say, yeah, Chiefs scores goals by corners and all that. When you commit a corner, when you make a corner, it's because you're under pressure. You don't just make a corner and because you're comfortable. It's because they were under pressure. Maritzburg was under pressure, and part of the main reasons why Maritzburg was under pressure was the introduction of Blom. But there's one thing that I want you to learn from the game that Blom played since he came in. There was a point where Blom was, when we were leading 2-1, and was fouled almost outside the pitch. You know what the boy did? Rolled inside the pitch so that he can allow the team some time to relax, and that's a very important tactic in the game. To know when to delay the game, when to be fast in the game, and all that. That's a very important thing. If you were watching Sundowns last season, you know how Pito would do things. Pito was very smart. If you read how Pito does things, knows when to slow down the game, when to, the tempo of the game. And the boy, when he was fouled, he just rolled inside and made sure that we relax, the team gets the time to recover, gets the time, to get organized again. Blom must start. And in fact, even if Katsane comes back, I think Blom must be given a chance to start. Blom and Ngcobo must be given a chance to start. They are 20, plus. If they're 20 plus, we can't be saying they're young, they need to be given a chance. 20 plus, you need to be starting, you need to be competing. And those two players must start. And Blom is my second negative. My third positive is the coach. The coach did very well. I said the coach is the guy who's not afraid of changing. Is the guy who's not so rigid in his philosophy. The team can play different philosophies, can play different, styles, tactics, and can look different in different, phases of the game when Gavin Hunt is managing. And he showed it this game. We started very bad. Second half, a completely different game. A completely different Kaizer Chiefs. Very competitive, able to knock the ball to even first half we couldn't even combine four touches, but second half combined touches, made entries into the box, changed, put on broadcaster from the bench, Blom from the bench, Happy Mashiane from the bench. I was very happy with Happy as well. If you watch Happy, yes, didn't perform so well, but there are things that are positive that I saw from him. Like, for instance, there was a ball that he was supposed to try to cross, but it was intercepted, and he tracked back. He committed a foul in the half of Maritzburg, and those are things that I always say that they are very important in the game. And I was watching the game of Villa and Leicester, and I kept on repeating to my friends that look at how fouls are committed. To commit a foul it's a very tactical, it's a very serious tactic in the game. You don't just commit it, you don't just do it haphazardly. And I watched Happy, I watched how he recovered the ball, how he committed a foul, and I also watched the changes that the coach made. They were very positive changes. I'm very happy with the coach. And I'm very happy with Kaizer Chiefs. Last thing, before we close, Kaizer Chiefs will be playing Orlando Pirates for this MTN 8. We drew our draw. It said that we need to play against Orlando Pirates, and I know we're going to win against Orlando Pirates without any doubt. I don't have any doubt. At all. I watched Orlando Pirates a little bit. I saw, no, it's still not convincing. They've brought in a lot of players, good players, but it's still not convincing. I think Chiefs is gonna compete against Orlando Pirates, and I'm expecting a very easy one. I'm not expecting a difficult one. I think I'm expecting a very easy one. Well, we know a derby, players get motivated and all that, but I'm not expecting a difficult one. And in fact, I was expecting that my respect game was going to be the most difficult one. Going forward, it's going to be easy. Another thing that we need to speak about, there's a team that is like, I don't know how many coaches, like 14, 15. There's a lot of coaches. There's a team that has a lot of coaches, that signed a lot of coaches, signed a lot of players as well, but it seems it's not happening. I don't know. And I said in my very first video, I said that team is going to struggle. And I'm telling you now, that team is going to struggle. It's going to struggle very hard. But yeah, well, I can't mail too much on other teams, business and all that. Before we close, these are things that I need to mention. First, I said I'm sick, I'm not feeling well, and I'm going to recover when Kaizer Chiefs win. I've recovered. There's no COVID, there's nothing. I feel very healthy. Yes, I feel tired, but I feel very healthy, very well. The flu was just a minor flu. Second thing that I want to speak about before I close, the last thing that I'm going to speak about, there are a few friends of mine who are lovers of Orlando Pirates and lovers of Mamelodi Sundowns that we are discussing that we are going to have joint videos with them, more especially with games that involve Kaizer Chiefs and Orlando Pirates. So there are possibilities of us growing from just speaking about Kaizer Chiefs and now having to speak about Orlando Pirates and Mamelodi Sundowns. But we can't go beyond that. I don't think we can go beyond other things. I mean, we can't say anything about Chakuma, TTM. We can't say things about Amazulu. We can't say, we can't do that. We can't do like other people are doing. We can't do that. I mean, it consumes time, and it's small teams, and I don't have time for that. But yes, I'm willing. We're going to work with the Orlando Pirates fan and the Mamelodi Sundowns fan, but not anytime soon. We'll see how this thing develops. We'll see how we work going forward. Otherwise, We're doing very well, healthy. We drink water. Thank you very much.